ओ नमो नमः। गीताभ्यासे 4-24 ब्रह्मार्पणम ब्रह्महविर, a study by S. L. Abhyankar. The shloka is ब्रह्मार्पणम ब्रह्महविर ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतम ब्रह्मैव तेन गंतव्यम ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना। पदच्छेद ही ब्रह्म अर्पणम ब्रह्म हविः ब्रह्म अग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतम ब्रह्म एव तेन गंतव्यम ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना। वाक्यांशशः विश्लेषणम अन्वयाः. I have been taking Vakyamshashah Vishleshanam as a style of presenting Anvayaha so that by Vakyamshashah Vishleshanam, the elements in the sentence, namely Avyayaha, Kartrupadiyaha, Karmapadiyaha, Tingantaha, Krudantaha, also are properly arranged. But here the word Brahmarpanam presents interesting options. One way, Brahmarpanam is a sandhi Brahma plus Arpanam. Alternatively, Brahmarpanam is a compound word. Brahmane Arpanam iti Brahmarpanam. Chaturthi Tatpurusha. So, it seems it would be good to paraphrase the Anvayaha first. Two options for Anvayaha come to mind. Anvayaha 1. Brahmana Brahmahavihi Brahma eva havihi Brahmagnau Brahmarpanam Brahmane Arpanam iti Hutam. For the interpretation, Brahma havihi, Brahma eva havihi, there can be Brahma havihi, a compound word. In that case, the shloka pathaha can be Brahma arpanam Brahma havir Brahmagnau. Actually, the recitation Brahmarpanam Brahma havir Brahmagnau or Brahmarpanam Brahma havir Brahmagnau would not sound any different. The writing would be different, with or without spacing between Brahma and Havi. One does not know what the original scripting was 5000 plus years ago. As such, Brahma Havihi, when written and pronounced separately, would also mean Brahma Eva Havihi. So it does not matter how it is written and pronounced. Tena Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahma Gantavyam. By this Anvayaha, the Vakyamshashah Vishleshanam would be Brahmana Brahmagnau Brahma Havihi Brahma Eva Havihi Brahmarpanam Brahmane Arpanam iti Hutam. Tena Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahma Eva Gantavyam. Anvayaha 2. Second, Brahma Arpanam. Here, Brahmarpanam is considered to be a sandhi of Brahma plus Arpanam and not as a compound. Not as a compound word, Brahmane Arpanam iti Brahmarpanam. Considering as a sandhi means considering Brahma Arpanam as a phrase, meaning Brahma Arpanam eva or Arpanam Brahma eva. Note, Arpanam is a sacred action, a karma. By that, Brahmarpanam means Brahma karma. This phrase, Brahma Arpanam eva or Arpanam Brahma eva, can be taken to be a complete sentence. Brahma Arpanam eva bhavati or Arpanam Brahma eva bhavati. Brahma havihi. This phrase meaning Brahma havihi eva or Brahma eva havihi also can be taken to be a complete sentence. Brahma havihi eva bhavati or Brahma eva havihi bhavati. Brahmana havihi iti Brahma Brahmagnau hutam. Note, hutam means arpitam. Hence, tadeva Brahmarpanam. Brahmane arpanam. Tena Brahma karma samadhina Brahma gantavyam. By this second Anvayaha, the Vakyamshashah Vishleshanam would be Brahma arpanam bhavati, Brahma havihi bhavati, Brahmana Brahmagnau havihi iti Brahma hutam. Tadeva Brahmarpanam bhavati. Tena Brahma karma samadhina Brahma eva gantavyam. Padabhyasa. The padani are 1. Brahmarpanam. As discussed above, let us take this as a compound word Brahmane Arpanam iti Brahmarpanam. Chaturthi Tatpurusha. Brahmane ब्रह्मन पुल्लिंगम नपुंसकलिंगम वा चतुर्थी एकवचनम ब्रह्मन नॉइटर ब्रुह्मनिन नकारस्य अकारे ऋतो रत्वम उनादि 4-145 Brahman, the supreme being, regarded as impersonal and divested of all quality and action, according to the Vedantins. Brahman is both the efficient and the material cause of the visible universe, the all-pervading soul and spirit of the universe, the essence from which all created things are produced and into which they are absorbed. This is from Aptay's dictionary. Brahman, masculine, the supreme being, the creator, the first deity of the sacred Hindu trinity to whom is entrusted the work of creating the world. The accounts of the creation of the world differ in many respects, but according to Manusmriti, the universe was enveloped in darkness, and the self-existent Lord manifested himself, dispelling the gloom. He first created the waters and deposited in them a seed. This seed became a golden egg, in which he himself was born as Brahma, the progenitor of all the worlds. Then the Lord divided the egg into two parts, with which he constructed heaven and earth. He then created the 10 Prajapatayah, or mind-born sons, who completed the work of creation. According to another account, Ramayana, Brahma sprang from ether. From him was descended Marichi, and his son was Kashyapa. From Kashyapa sprang Vivaswata, and Manu sprang from him. Thus, Manu was the procreator of all human beings. Manu, Manava. Manoho ime iti manava. According to a third account, the supreme deity, after dividing the golden egg, separated himself into two parts, male and female, from which sprang Viraja, and from him Manu. Mythologically, Brahman is represented as being born in a lotus, which sprang from the navel of Vishnu, and as creating the world by an illicit connection with his own daughter Saraswati. Brahman had originally 5 heads, but one of them was cut down by Shiva with the ring finger or burned down by the fire from his third eye. His vehicle is a swan. He has numerous epithets, most of which have reference to his birth in a lotus. Brahman also means a Brahmana, a devout man. One of the 4 Rutvijaha, or priests employed at a Soma sacrifice. One conversant with sacred knowledge, Brahman. Brahman, the sun, intellect, an epithet of the 7 Prajapataya, Marichi, Atri, Angiras, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, and Vasishtha. Brahman, an epithet of Brihaspati. In general, we can say that Brahman Pullingam connotes the creator, and Brahman Napusakalingam connotes the Brahma Tattvam, the true knowledge of the Supreme Spirit, or of the fundamental principle, or the fundamental element, which is at the basis of creation and sustenance of the universe. Arpanam, Ru, Nich, Lut, placing or putting upon, setting upon. Inserting, placing or putting in, giving, offering, resigning. Note, Arpanam is from causative Nich of Dhatu Ru. Ru, Prathamganiyaha Prasmapati, Ruchati, Ar, Arshit, Arishyati, Rut. Causative, Arpayati. Desiderative, Aririshati, Araryate, reduplicative. To go, to move, to rise, to tend towards. Also, Tritiyaganiyah Parasmapadi, iyarti, arat, ruta, mostly used in the Vedas. To go, to move, shake, to obtain, to gain, to acquire, to reach, meet with, to move, excite, raise, as voice, words, etc. Vacham iyarti, to display. Also, Panchamaganiyah Parasmapadi, runoti runa, to injure, hurt, to attack. Causative arpayati, arpipat, arpita, to throw, cast, fling, fix, or implant in. To put or place on, fix upon, direct, or cast towards, as the eye, as a glance. To place in, insert, give, set or place. To hand or make over, give to, give in charge of, consign, deliver. In general, we can say that ru means to activate, to energize, to lend movement, and by causative, it gets the meaning to offer. Havi, havis, noiter, huyate, hu karmani asun, an ablation or burnt offering in general, clarified butter. Brahmagnav, ब्रह्माग्नि नाम पुल्लिंगम सप्तमी एकवचनम. ब्रह्मणा, ब्रह्मन पुल्लिंगम नपुंसकलिंगम व तृतीया एकवचनम. हुतम, हुत past participle, hukta, offered as an oblation to fire, burnt as a sacrificial offering. Hutam, an oblation offering, an oblation to fire. Note, who तृतीयगणीयः परस्मैपदी, जुहोति, हुतः, पैसिव हूयते, कॉजेटिव हावयति ते, डिसाइडरेटिव जुहूषति, to offer or present as oblation to fire, make an offering to, or in honor of a deity with accusative, sacrifice, to perform a sacrifice, to eat. एव अव्ययम तेन तत् सर्वनाम अत्र पुल्लिंगम तृतीया एकवचनम. गंतव्यम, गम धातोः तव्यत् विशेषणम. गंतव्य अत्र नपुंसकलिंगम प्रथमा एकवचनम. गंतव्य पोटेंशियल पार्टिसिपल. टू बी गॉन टू और अटेन्ड. टू बी अकॉम्प्लिश एज अ वे. टू बी अप्रोच्ड, accessible. ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना, ब्रह्म कर्म समाधि विशेषण अत्र पुल्लिंगम तृतीया एकवचनम. ब्रह्मणः कर्म इति ब्रह्म कर्म षष्ठी तत्पुरुषः. ब्रह्म कर्मणि समाधि यस्य सः ब्रह्म कर्म समाधि बहुव्रीहि. ब्रह्मणः, ब्रह्मन् पुल्लिंगम नपुंसकलिंगम व षष्ठी एकवचनम. समाधि कलेक्टिंग, composing, concentrating as mind, profound or abstract meditation, concentration of mind on one object, perfect absorption of thought into the one object of meditation, that is the Supreme Spirit, the eighth and last stage of yoga. Intentness, concentration in general, fixing of thoughts. Penance, religious obligation, devotion to penance. Accomplishment, samadhi, accomplishment. Perseverance in extreme difficulties. Self-imposed restraint, samadhi. Self-imposed restraint. Saramshatah, overall meaning. This is taken from translation of Gita Rahasya of Lokmanya Tilak at https://archive.org, etc. You can take a snap of this and then put it accordingly in your web page address page. He whose belief is that the arpanam, that is, the act of offering, is Brahman, that the havihi, that is the oblation which is to be offered, is Brahman, that the Brahman offered a sacrifice into the Brahman fire, and that he whose all karma is in this way Brahman attains the Brahman. In Gita Rasa it is also noted that in the Shankara Bhashya, the word arpanam has been interpreted as the means by which the offering, arpanam, is made, such as a ladle, etc. But that interpretation is rather far-fetched. It is more to the point to take the word arpanam as meaning the act of offering, or the act of offering into the fire. Thus far, there has been a description of persons who perform the yajna desirelessly, that is, in order to dedicate it to the Brahman, that is, make a Brahmarpanam of it. Chando Vishleshana. This again is another interesting shade of meaning. A description of persons who perform the yajna desirelessly, that is, in order to dedicate it to the Brahman, that is, make a Brahmarpanam of it. Chando Vishleshana. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Ashtakshirani. Brahma etesham matraha eka dve eka. Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Ashtakshirani. Mhanahu etesham matraha eka dve eka. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Ashtakshirani. Na gantavyam etesham matraha eka dve dve. Brahma karma samadhina Ashtakshirani. Samadhi etesham matraha eka dve eka. प्रथमे पादे अपवादः अन्यथा अनुष्टुप छंदः. टिप्पण्यः. Notes of self-study. The first line, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam, summarizes the four essentials of a sacrificial ritual. Arpanam, the performance. Havihi, the offering. Agnihi, the fire. Brahman, the performer. In this shloka, all the four essentials are Brahman only. Because I would say what is detailed in this shloka is Brahma Yajna. This brings to mind a good shloka to be recited at the beginning of any meal or eating anything. Harir data, harir bhokta, harir annam prajapati, harir viprashariretu, bhunkte bhojayate harihi. The provider, data, is Harihi. The consumer, bhokta, is Harihi. The food, annam, is what is created by Prajapati, the creator, the one who maintains discretion, vipraha, about what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. All that is Harihi only. The one who enjoys, bhumte, and the one who causes the enjoyment, bhojayate, is Harihi only. How beautiful and how true and how good to recite this shloka when eating anything, anytime. If Harihi is a real consumer, would we ever want Harihi to eat anything wrong? Just keep thinking about it and keep thinking what good effect it brings to recite this shloka before or when eating anything, anytime. It is obvious that the Brahmagnihi of Brahma Yajna is different from what Agnihi of a Yajna we usually understand. The Brahmagnihi, there is no hearth, no Yajna Kundam, there is no firewood, no Samidha. The lighting of the fire is not by any heat source. The hearth, the firewood, the heat source are all Brahman only. In the second line, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahmakarma samadhina, there is the assurance of Brahma as the destination, gantavyam, for one who is Brahmakarma samadhi. The challenge is in being a Brahmakarma samadhi. Each and every karma has to be Brahma karma only. That has to be the samadhi, the focus, concentration, meditation. By the way, Brahma karma is defined and detailed in Shamodamasta Pashaucham Kshantirarjavameva Jnanam Vidyanam Astikyam Brahma Karma Swabhavajam 18-42. This shloka 18-42 is preceded by shloka 18-41. Brahmana kshatriya visham shudrana ancha parantapa karmani pravibhaktani swabhava prabhavair gunaihi. In shloka 18-41, there is mention Brahmana kshatriya visham shudrana ancha. By that mention, Brahma karma is wrongly interpreted as karma to be done by Brahmana, or he who does Brahma karma is Brahmana. So shloka 18-42 is taken to be the definition of a Brahmana. No. Shloka 1842 defines Brahma karma only. In fact, the mention Brahmana kshatriya visham shudranancha in 18-41 is to explain division of labor. See in the second line in 18-41, karmani pravibhaktani. The basis for division of labor is also made clear. Swabhava prabhavair gunai. The skills and attributes inherent in the character of every individual. The mention Brahmana kshatriya visham shudranancha is not any concept of caste, not even of the family in which one is born. The focus is on every individual. Swabhava prabhavair gunai. Focus is on every individual, vyaktinishth. Even the mention Brahma karma samadhi as the attribute to be Brahmaiva gantavyam is not restricted that one has to be a Brahmana. If it were to be so, why would Sri Krishna Bhagavan mention it to Arjuna, a Kshatriya? Anyone is welcome to be a Brahma karma samadhi. Important it is that one should strive to be and keep the focus to be Brahma karma samadhi. One should understand very clearly what Brahma karma is and keep that focus, samadhi. You can be doing Brahma karma even if you are not born a Brahmana. Rather, I would say that even if you are born Brahmana, you are Brahmana only if you are doing Brahma karma. These thoughts may sound very radical, but they are based on study of the original Sanskrit text. The thoughts are not mine at all. The texts themselves are very clear. One should study them from the original and with a mind, not biased by views of other commentators. One's Brahma karma should also be swabhavajam, meaning one should mold one's character, one's nature, one's swabhavaha, such that all karma becomes Brahma karma and it becomes swabhavajam. Shubhamastu.